start out with a blanket. If you have a bolster and that's not too high for you to lie your back on, it's fine, but a blanket kind of folded into this position would be really great. And we'll begin with that placed about midway down on the mat. You're going to rest your lower back on it and we'll start lying down. So I'll meet you down there. So great. And we'll start with where we don't want the buttocks on it, although they might be partially on it, but definitely the lower back, maybe the top part of the buttocks are on it, but you shouldn't feel like your pelvis is going to roll off of it. You want to be on it in a really firm spot. And if that means your buttocks are on it, it's fine. So we're not looking for a lower back arch here, just a slight lift of the pelvis off the ground. And we'll be doing a centering from here before we go into movement. So I'd like you to find a comfortable position for your legs. So you might choose straight. You might choose feet on floor. Some might choose soles of feet together, knees wide and bound angle. And of course, you can support under the thighs as needed. And take a moment to settle, and primarily I want you to be as comfortable as possible here. So if the blanket just isn't working for your back this morning, to simply remove it and remain lying on your back. So it's fine when a pose challenges us a little bit, where we need to engage in a little mindful effort. But we should never be at a place where the body feels distressed, where we feel like we're provoking tenderness or injury in some way. So that's always primary. And once you find that position, to pause and to take a comfortably long, deep inhale. And with your exhale, just let it go with a sigh. And here it's as if you were taking a flashlight or a spotlight and shining it inside your being to become aware of what's arising within your skin. What is the felt sense of the body? To notice where your attention is drawn. And to simply notice if the body has anything to say to you this morning. Maybe it speaks to what it needs or what it's feeling. Maybe it's telling you about a tightness or an experience of ease. Is it asking you to rest, to care for yourself in some particular way? What messages arise as you put a gentle spotlight on the inner body? And once you've explored the inner body, to shift full awareness to the felt sense of breath. And use your awareness of the breath to welcome you more fully into this day, into this body. And knowing you all on the screen this morning, I can make an assumption that not a single one of you will miss the magical unfolding of spring. And my guess is you're already connecting to that magic as you watch things reappear in your garden, as you witness the forming of buds on trees and shrubs, and some of them are actually opening. So spring is my thought for class this morning. And with that in mind, I chose a poem from Mary Oliver to actually open our time together. And the name of this poem is It Was Early. It was early, which has always been my hour to begin looking at the world. And of course, even in the darkness, to begin listening to it, especially under the pines where the owl lives and sometimes calls out as I walk by, as he did on this morning. So many gifts. What do they mean? What do these gifts mean? In the marshes where the pink light was just arriving, the mink with his bristled tail was stalking the soft-eared mice. And in the pines, the cones were heavy, each one ordained to open. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Little mink, let me watch you. Little mice, run and run. Dear pine cone, let me hold you as you open. Dear pine cone, let me hold you as you open. And as you lie here a little longer in stillness, to sense your own connection with nature, things maybe that you've noticed within the last week, the changes. And sense the magic and the blessing of that, not as something separate from you, but as something part of you. You too are like the pine cone, waiting to open. You too are blessed simply by the being here. Back to the breath. If knees are open in bound angle, please draw them back up. And if the legs are straight, to now bend the knees so we all continue here with our back on the blanket, knees bent, feet on floor. And from this position, I welcome everyone to draw just the right knee in toward the chest, drawing the hands beneath or around the shin. And only if comfortable for your back to allow the left leg to straighten. And as you straighten the left leg, you'll land on the left heel with the foot flexed, left foot flexed, toes to sky. And you're pushing out through that left heel as you draw the right knee in. And we come back inside the body. And we begin to cultivate a sense of focus in our practice. To watch the unfolding, just like we watch the unfolding of spring, but we watch the unfolding within our own body. And we watch each unfolding as sacred, as something of value, of something worth paying attention to. Honoring each awareness, whether it's challenging like the mink pecking at the mice, or the simplicity of a leaf unfurling. Staying here, 3 more breaths. And when those breaths are done, keep your right hand on the right leg, return the left hand onto the left hip, and just let that right knee open out to the side. And you might choose to lower the knee down a little or draw it more up toward your side to find where it gives you a nice sense of stretch or opening through the inner thigh, maybe into the hip. So we're just lowering that right knee out to the side. Left foot is still flexed. And if you don't experience any sense of opening through the right inner thigh, you can experiment with straightening the right leg, but it's certainly not necessary. And staying wherever you find yourself, knee bent, legs straight, and dropping focus into that place of sensation. And become a witness to the opening there, the unfurling there. That distinct presence of sensation. Value it. Be curious about it. And with the exhaling breath, just surrender and relax into it. Becoming a witness to the arising and the falling in the body. And spring speaks so beautifully to that. Everything in flux and change. And how some things need to pass away for another to arise. 3 more breaths. When complete, if your leg is straight, to first bend the knee before everyone raises the knee to the sky. Hands coming around that right leg again to hug it into the chest deeply 1 more time. And hold it in deeply. Press out through that left heel as the right knee is held deeply. And give it 3 more breaths. Slow and easy. Full presence. When breaths are done, release that right foot to the floor and straighten the right leg for now, pressing out through the heel, elongating, tractioning that right leg. And just give it a moment's stretch in that traction and then allow the right leg to release. You might choose to start with both knees bent, feet on the floor, testing out the lower back before deciding about the right leg. And let's bring the left knee into chest. Take a moment to work the knee in and then determine whether you'll keep the right leg bent with foot on floor, or if preferred, straightening the right leg onto the heel, right foot flexed. And that leg stays active throughout the pose, pressing through the heel as you draw the knee in. And if you're working with the right knee bent foot on the floor, you just let that leg stay stable on the ground, feeling the sense of the floor beneath the foot as that left knee works in. And let's just hang on here. Maybe nuance little movements left or right, just to see where you really want to hold this leg. Will a little movement soften the stretch to a more comfortable stretch, or a little movement deepen it to a more comfortable stretch? You see. And you become as curious about what's arising in the body as you are about what's appearing in your garden. Your body is your human garden. Nice full breaths. And then we're going to take the leg out to the side. So right hand can go to hip, left hand guides the left knee out. And again, check it out first with the bent leg, see what that offers you. And some might determine that they prefer to hold this with a straight leg out to the side. And the two sides might be different, and certainly allow for that. There's no potential of imbalance here by working the two legs differently. But we want to make sure right side of buttock and hip are remaining grounded, not lifting off the mat, off the blanket. And as attention dives into sensation, witness whether you experience the sensation as still and stagnant or changing. Maybe sensing if the side is in any way different than the other. And even feeling into the ease or challenge of starting into practice so slowly, so mindfully this morning. There'll be times that slow practice is just what we want, and times that it will challenge us. So there's no good or bad, right or wrong here. You're just noticing what happens to be true. And let's hang out here 3 more breaths. And whenever your breaths are done, to bring the knee to center, interlace the hands around. And again, we hug the knee in as close as you are able. And check to see if your right leg is straight, that it's active, pressing out through the heel. And even noticing if there's any little movement you want to make with that left leg, maybe a little left or right changes it up for you. And hang on 3 more breaths. And when you're complete, keep that left knee into chest for a moment. And we're going to release then the left foot to the floor, straighten the left leg out, flex the foot, push through the heel. So left leg comes into traction for a moment before relaxing the leg. And here we'll bend both knees so the feet are on the floor. And then we're going to take both knees to chest. And make sure you're not rolling off your blanket when you pull the knees in. So if you feel your pelvis lifting off, can you flatten the sacrum into the mat and hug the knees in only as far as you are able without lifting the sacrum off the blanket. Hold on to both knees for 2 more breaths. And when you're done, keep the knees to chest, but lower the arms down to the side of the body, and the arms might drape on the blanket, and that's fine. In the next movement, when lifting your arm, raise it only as high as feels comfortable. That might be 2 inches, or you might choose to take the arm all the way overhead. So wherever it's best. Find your left leg, right arm, and as you inhale, flex the left foot heel to sky, right arm overhead. And exhale, bend the left knee, lower the right arm to your side. Inhale, flex the right foot heel to sky, left arm overhead. Exhale, bend the knee, lower the arm. This time, inhale, left leg and left arm.
Exhale, release both. Inhale, right arm, left leg, and I'm changing it up intentionally. Exhale, release. This time, right leg and right arm. Exhale, release. Now, right leg, left arm. And if you're having to think, it's not unusual. Exhale, release. And then left leg, right arm, lift. Exhale, release. And now both feet, both arms, press up through the heels. If the arms are overhead, they're reaching to the sky or to the space behind you. If they're only lifted a few inches, you're just reaching through fingertips, no matter where your arms are. Pushing through heels, reaching through fingertips. And let's stay here together for 4 breaths. And stay 3. When you're done, please keep the legs in the sky, lower the hands behind your thighs, then bend both knees. And once the knees are bent, widen both knees. So again, you're going to play with your position here a little. See if it feels better to pull the knees up a little bit or push them away a little bit. Where do you get the nicest sense of stretch here, sense of opening? And find breath. And steady your attention on the sensation. And let each sensation, each awareness be a blessing. And to lie in the blessing of your own unfolding. Your own inner spring of awakening. 3 more breaths. When your breaths are done, to please move the legs together and bring 1 foot at a time down onto the mat. And bring the arms so that they're bent. So the upper arms are on the floor, the elbows are bent and your fingers are to the sky. And if you need to adjust your blanket so the elbows and upper arms are on the floor and not the blanket, to please do that. Adjust the feet for bridge, ankles beneath the knees, heels pointing to the buttocks. And on the inhale, as you press down through the feet, reach through the knees and lift into bridge. And as you exhale, control the movement and lay the spine down slowly. And let's repeat that 3 more times. Inhale, lift. Explore that lift. And explore the lowering as you exhale. How does it feel? And as you lift and lower, focus on keeping the pelvis level and stable. So you might find, as I do, the pelvis sometimes wants to swing a little side to side. So we work to cultivate stability as the pelvis rises and as it comes back down. Now, the last time you lift in, we'll add a hold. If I missed you, feel free to come back in. And we use the legs to support the hold it. Press into the feet, reach through the knees, even sink into those upper arms. Come to the breath. And you choose your hold, maybe 2 breaths, maybe 3, 4, or 5 breaths. Not determining ahead, but just to feel in. And when your body feels ready, before you lower, grab the blanket and just push it off to the side so that when you lower, you're coming all the way down onto your mat. And once down on the mat, soften before taking any kind of counter pose. Just relax the spine into the earth. Notice what you feel in the body in the letting go. And then pelvic tilts, exhale, navel to spine, lower back flattens into ground. Inhale, belly relaxes as the lower back arches away. And just roll that pelvis back and forth in a slow, delightful way. Massaging, opening, exploring felt sense. And do one more set. Completing with your spine in what feels like a neutral position. Taking right hand behind the head, left knee into chest, hands going beneath the left knee. And as you exhale, pull the left knee in as you raise the right elbow toward the knee. Inhale, lower arm and head, push the knee away. And exhale, draw in, we'll do 5. Inhale, release, that's 2. And go 3 more at your pace. Really at the pace of the breath. When you're done, release and change sides. Go at your pace, 5 more. Exhale as you round in. Inhaling as you open. And you might notice that you're still doing pelvic tilts, but instead they're created by the movement instead of your intention. And they're a little asymmetrical. When done on this side, lay the head and arm down, release the foot. Left arm can stay behind the head and bring the right hand to meet it. So both hands are interlaced behind the head. And here, as you exhale, flatten the back to the ground and float the arms and head a few inches off the ground. Inhale, lower the head and arch the back. Exhale, navel to spine, lift. Inhale, lower, arch the back. And 3 more times, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, neck and head fully supported by your hands. And once those movements are complete, relax. Return the hands, arms to your side. And pause a moment in stillness. Sensing the unfolding of blessings within your body. Let's continue here, side lying. So I ask you to roll toward your camera, your screen, and to adjust the body in a super straight line, heels, buttocks, shoulder blades all resting on that line. The head can rest on the arm that's on the floor, and use the left hand as an anchor or as a kickstand in front of the chest to hold you upright. From side lying, we're going to bend the top leg, bringing the foot on the floor near the thigh. And the leg that's on the floor, the straight leg, flex that foot, please. And as you inhale, float that right leg, or actually the bottom leg, up. And exhale, slow and controlled, lower it back to the floor. Inhale, raise the lower leg. Exhale, lower it, pushing through the heel 3 more times. Waking up the muscles of the inner and outer thigh. Inner thigh muscles contracting, outer thigh lengthening. Now, the last time you bring the leg up, hold it there and draw 3 small circles in one direction. And then 3 small circles in the opposite direction. And after drawing circles, bring the leg down, let the leg relax. And after relaxing the leg, straighten the top leg out so the legs are stacked on top of each other. And be aware of your pelvis resting like a flagpole perpendicular to the ground. We want to keep the pelvis in this position as we open the top leg as much as we can without spilling the pelvis. When the leg is up, flex the foot. Point your toes toward your screen and you're internally rotating the leg, and then take the leg down slowly. And you want to try to continue to rotate it. Will rotate in more as it comes down. Bring it down slowly. And when your toes touch foot or floor, then let that top leg relax. And we'll repeat. Inhale, open the leg, internally rotate, working the hip joint. Keep turning that foot in as you slowly lower down. When the foot or the big toe lands, let the whole leg relax. And 3 more, your pace. Stay mindful of that internal rotation. Spinning the thigh inward as you're lowering to really rotate the femur within the hip joint, working all the muscles of the hip. While this is strengthening for the hip joint, it also creates release in the joint. It helps to release restrictions in the joint. Take the time needed, but the last time that top leg lands, let it relax. And we're going to continue belly down. Don't rush it. If you have another rep, stay with what you're doing, but eventually come to lie on the belly. And once on the belly, we want a sense of drawing the body in a straight line again. So we're always looking for Tadasana, whether we're on our back or belly or standing. We're going to turn the arms, palms down if possible, hugging the arms in close to the side. We're going to work opposites again. And like I did with the legs, I'm going to change up the instructions a little as I go. So try not to guess what's next. So we'll start with right arm, right leg. So as you inhale, lengthen and lift right arm, right leg, chest and head. Exhale, lower down, alternating your head direction. Here, right arm, left leg. Inhale, lift, right arm, left leg. Exhale, release. Left arm, left leg, inhale, lift. Left arm, left leg, exhale, release. Right leg, left arm, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Both arms only, inhale, lift. Chest and head rise with both arms. Exhale, release. When ready, right leg only. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, right leg down. Inhale, lengthen and lift left leg. Exhale, down. Right arm, right leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Left arm, left leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Left arm, right leg, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Right arm, left leg, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Pause, breathe, soften. We're going to do a repetition 3 times of one movement, your choice. Arms, chest, and head only, or legs, chest, arms, and head. So full boat or upper body boat. So when you're ready, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more, third one will hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Here's our hold. So when you're ready, inhale, lift, nose is down, arms reaching back, breath is full. Let's stay together for 3 more breaths. And 2. Stay now, another breath. When you're done, let the exhale take you out. Bring head and arms to rest in any comfortable position. Bend the knees and let the feet swish side to side. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Now legs, they find stillness. Feet to floor. And pause, just prone on your belly. Feel the rise and fall of breath. Take 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready to, please press up first to table position. And from table, head first child. So elbows bend, forehead toward the floor, buttocks toward the heels. And bring the arms down to rest toward the sides of the body. Take 2 deep breaths here in child. And before rising out of child, to place the hands palms up on the lower back, to find your right arm only. And we're going to rise to knee stand, bringing the right arm overhead. So on inhale, sweep the right arm up as you rise to knee stand. And as you exhale, firm the belly, hinge from the hips, fold, right arm sweeping behind the back. Same with the left arm. Inhale, sweeping up to knee stand, left arm overhead. Exhale, firm the belly as you fold, left arm sweeps behind the back. And we repeat, inhale, right arm up to knee stand. Exhale, right arm swims behind as you fold. Inhale, left arm up to knee stand. Exhale, left arm swims behind as you fold. This time, both arms. Inhale, sweep both arms up to knee stand. Exhale, both arms sweep behind as you fold. 2 more, just like that. Rising up on inhale. Sweeping back and down on exhale. Last one. Now we're going to rise up to knee stand, arms overhead. And on the exhale, palms join, hands come to prayer position at the heart. And take a moment, take a breath. We're going to continue in a kneeling lunge. Please don't hesitate to grab your blanket if you need additional padding under the knee. We're going to start with the right foot forward.
Helen, are we going to do side lying on the other side later?
Oh, Helen, thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to come back down to lie. Bring the right knee to the floor. We're going to spin over onto the opposite side. Thank you, Helen. My bad. And adjust the body into a nice straight line. Legs are straight. Top arm is like a kickstand supporting you from rolling over. And we bend the top leg, foot on the floor. Flexing the left foot, pushing out through the heel.
On the inhale, keep lengthening that left leg as it rises off the floor. And exhale, bring the leg down and let it soften. And repeat, inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, lower and soften. 3 more at your pace. Nice and easy. And the very last time that left leg comes down, let it soften. And in your time, straighten out the right leg. Check in again, make sure the pelvis rests perpendicular to the earth. And on the inhale, raise the right leg up, keep the pelvis upright, flex the foot, and internally rotate at the hip. So the right femur is spinning in toward midline. Keep spinning it in as you slowly lower the leg. When the toe touches ground, let the whole leg relax. And then we'll repeat, inhale, raise the leg, point the toes forward, keep turning them inward, working the leg as you lower it down. When it's down, let the leg soften. And 3 more, your pace. Thanks for balancing us out, Helen. And please, everyone, never hesitate to let me know if that happens. The last time your leg comes down, to let everything soften. Take a moment to breathe. And here we'll roll onto the belly as a means to pressing up first to table. And then we'll go again to child pose. Take 3 deep breaths into the back body in child pose. And then we will rise up to kneeling to prepare for some kneeling lunges with the right foot forward. So again, don't hesitate to put additional padding under your knee. And you want your stance for these kneeling lunges to be wide enough that you feel stable. You don't want to feel like you're going to topple over. And we'll start with the right ankle a little forward of the knee and the right foot forward, right hand on hip, left arm at your side. And as you inhale, bending the knee over the ankle, the left arm sweeps up and you sink deeply into the hips. And exhale, release out. And inhale, come back in. Exhale, release out. And 3 more times following your breath. And we'll hold the last one. And as you're holding, I welcome you to bend the left arm, hand behind the head, and gently press that left elbow back to create some nice opening for the chest. And let's stay here together. Full breaths for 3. Deep inhale, full exhale, stay 2. Hold on another breath. When you're done, release both hands to floor. Step the right foot back to table pose. From table, dip back into child pose. From child back to table. And here we'll take the opposite foot, the left foot forward. Rising to knee stand with the left ankle a little forward of the hip, left hand on the hip, and right arm at your side.
Let's move on. Inhale, inhale, left knee over ankle, thighs scissor open, right arm up and back. Exhale, release. Inhale, back in. Exhale, release. And 3 more times. And we'll hold the last one. And again, when you get into your hold, maybe bending that right hand behind the head and pressing the right elbow back, opening up the chest. And let's hold and breathe. Deep inhale, full exhale for 3 more. Settling into the hips, stay 2 more. Offer it another breath. When done, we'll bring hands to floor. Option A, table to down dog. Option B, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, and step the forward foot back to down dog. Bend the knees, draw the tail back, relax the neck, head, face, and jaw. Let's bend the knees, and on inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend both knees. Inhale, straighten the legs, lower the heels. 2 more times. Exhale, bend the knees a lot. Inhale, straighten the legs, lower the heels. 2 more. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Last time. Exhale, bend. And inhale, straighten, working down through the heels, holding, breathing for 3 more breaths. And stay 2. When your breaths are done, please move the feet toward the hands, come to ragdoll position. In ragdoll, both hands lift to the hips, halfway lifts. Starting with a slight movement of the head, lead with the head as the head rises, sternum reaches forward, lengthening the spine. Exhale, let the spine drape over the thighs, release the neck and head. Inhale, head rises, sternum comes forward, halfway up. Exhale, melt over the thighs, release the neck and head. And last time, head moves first. Lift the head, draw the sternum forward, halfway lift, shoulders back, hold. Round the feet. Imagine there's a chair behind you. Lower your seat down onto that chair. Lift the chest away from the thighs. Hands can remain on hips or to prayer or forward. Soften the shoulders, find your seat, and let's hold for 4. Deep inhale, full exhale, stay 3. You've got it, 2 more breaths. When done, slowly press down as you rise up. Take the arms overhead, slight back bend on the top, and then palms together, hands to heart. Samastiti, balanced pose. Press the palms together. Point the elbows out. Land on your feet. And feel the simple blessing of being able to stand. Just another breath. And from here, let the arms release. Let's come into a short straddle facing the long edge of the mat. So maybe only 2.5 to 3 feet apart with your straddle, toes oriented forward, hands on outer thighs. Imagine your tailbone dropping down as your crown rises up. And on your exhale, gently lean to the right. Pendulum movement. Inhale, come up. And exhale, opposite side. Smooth and easy, follow the breath. Drawing awareness to the inner body. Watching the shifts and changes in the shape of the spine. Being curious about differences left to right. How far down your leg does the hand travel on this side compared to how far the hand travels down the leg on the other side? Same or different? What about the sensation as you're sinking in and as you're rising up? Find a smooth, easy rhythm with the breath. Inhaling to center, exhaling as you glide into the side. We'll begin our hold on the right. So the very next time you glide into the pose on the right, pause there. Notice if your top shoulder, your left shoulder is rolling forward. If so, roll it back as if your upper back was resting on the wall. And keep your upper back on the wall and turn your head in the direction of your right foot. So you're looking down at the right foot. And on the inhale, lift the left arm to the sky, slowly turn the head to look at the arm. And as you exhale, lower the arm and turn the head toward the foot. So we get to work the neck and shoulder muscles here. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, arm down, please look down. 3 more times, pace with the breath. Keeping the feet grounded, legs engaged as you go. So don't lose the lower body just because we're working with the upper body. The last time your arm and your gaze goes upward, I'm going to welcome you to hold there 3 breaths. So take your time. Feet grounded, legs engaged, belly firm. And following a 3-breath hold, ease the arm down, turn the gaze down, and then back out on this side. Stand tall and upright for a moment. Ground the feet, engage the legs, and lengthen. And from here, inhale both shoulders up. And exhale, circle the shoulders back and down with a sigh. And again, inhaling shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders circle back and down with a sigh. And one last time. And the last time those shoulders ease down, stay tall and lean now again to the left, turning your gaze down toward the left toes. Wait for an inhale, and as you inhale, right arm rises, gaze goes up. Exhale, right arm down, gaze goes down. Inhale, arm up, gaze up. Exhale, arm down, gaze down. Here's our hold. So inhale, arm up, gaze up, hold up, ground the feet, tighten the legs, stay with the breath. And count out 3 more breaths. And stay 2. Another breath. When done, arm down, gaze down. Slowly rise up. Bend the arms, palms up, elbows toward waist, heels turn in. And exhale, bend the knees a little, adjusting the feet where you like them for your goddess squat. And on inhale, the legs straighten. And on your exhale, you sink in. And inhale up. Exhale, sink in, care for knees. Inhale up. Exhale, sink in. 3 more times. Exploring your edge. Not pushing beyond it. And the invitation will be to come in just before your edge for a hold. So the before edge place should feel relatively easeful, like you could hang out for a long time. And then each breath you make a choice. Do I want to continue here, or would it be possible to explore a little deeper? And you always want to sustain this sterum sukham, this steadiness and relative ease in the pose. It doesn't mean absence of sensation. It just means that it's not so intense that you need to come out immediately. You relax into it. You ride the wave of the storm. And if you can't ride the wave, you're pushing in too hard. So this is where we start to increase our window of tolerance by noticing if we can maintain equanimity in the rise of sensation. Full deep breaths for 4 more. Counting out your own breaths. And whenever you are done, to slowly rise up, eventually releasing the arms, spinning toes to point forward, maybe toes a little pigeon-toed. We're going to go right into Pasarita, forward fold. So we can begin with hands on hips, leg muscles drawing in and up. Exhale, hinge. As you come to your half fold, begin to glide the hands down the legs, grabbing behind the calves, ankles, or heels. And once you're holding the legs, lead with the head. Lift the head a little, draw the sternum forward, halfway lift. Using the hands, the arms now, gently tug on the back of the legs, fold in nice and deep. Neck, head, face, and jaw relaxed. Breath is full. And holding on for 4 breaths. And stay for 3. Give it 2 more. Whenever you're done, glide hands back up to hips. Let the head lift first. This will engage the upper spinal muscles. Draw the sternum forward, lengthen. And as you're pressing into the feet, rise all the way up. And when up, heel toe, feet back to hip width. Once the feet are underneath you, bring hands to prayer position. Half salutation. Inhale, sweep up. Bend the knees as you swan dive and fold all the way down. Halfway lift as you inhale. Bend knees, surrender, fold on exhale. Ground the feet, arms like wings. Inhale, bring it all the way up, stretch up, look up, palms together, hands to heart. Facing now the front of your mat in preparation to transitioning to the floor. When ready, inhale, sweep up. Bend the knees, swan dive, exhale. Halfway lift on inhale. Now bend the knees a lot, hands to floor, step the feet back to table pose. From table, exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. 2 more times, exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Now find neutral spine. Find right arm, left leg. And as you inhale, right arm forward, left leg behind, foot is flexed, firm the tummy, Chakravakasana for 4 breaths. Steady and present, stay 3. Alert to whatever blossoms. Take your time. When your breaths are done, hand and knee to mat. Release the lower back, buttocks to heels for a breath. And whenever you're done, to rise once again to table pose. And we find Chakravakasana, other side, right leg, left arm. Leg is level, parallel to the ground, gaze is down. Reaching through the heel and the fingertips, firm the tummy, level pelvis for 4. Nice full breaths, stay 3. Count it out, 2 more breaths. And once you're done, hand and knee to mat. Buttocks drop toward heels, child pose. 2 deep breaths into your back body. And then as you're ready to please transition onto your back. Knees coming into Apanasana for some slow side to side rocking. And remember always here that you can tighten or loosen your grip on the knees so that you begin to rock onto massaging different regions of the back. And then coming to stillness, keep the legs together and circle the knees. And now reverse direction of your circles. And eventually here, bring the legs to stillness and just hug them in deep. And from here, we'll move into final twist, arms open toward T position. Feet remain off the floor or placed on the floor as knees go right and head goes left. From the top of your head to the tips of your toes, adjust for a sense of ease. Once settled in the pose, consider taking a long, deep, full inhale and releasing that breath with an exhale and a sigh. Let the whole body be at ease. Let the whole body relax in. Continue to scan as you welcome a sense of softening and release with every exhaling breath. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am, to be blessed. Three more breaths on this side. When you're done, please inhale it all to center. And eventually, on an exhale, same pose, opposite side.
Take your time. Inhaling to center. Hugging the knees in deep. And when ready, so some of you hadn't changed sides. If you need to change sides before Shavasana, do so. But when you're ready to come into Shavasana for final relaxation. Find a blanket if you'd like, or additional clothing. Make yourself a little nest that holds you perfectly this morning. And as you settle into that nest, to be aware of an excitement of rebirth, not only in the environment of spring, but within your own inner environment. What is birthing along with nature? What seeds of growth are you planting, nurturing, loving? Be aware of that which you want to plant or nurture. Bring it into conscious form as a message to your own being of your desires and intention. Find the breath and let every exhale become a release. A surrender to the natural process. The continual shifts and changes that arise outside and within. Every exhale, a letting go, and letting go. Breath deepening. Body awakening with slow, gentle movement. Stretching and moving in any way that will feel good. And in your time to please find your way to a comfortable seated posture with your eyes closed. Taking a moment to sit in stillness. To sense your own process that parallels the process of spring. To sense what is asking to wake up within you. What qualities are longing to be seen and held and nurtured. What qualities do you want to offer to the world? And how might this fertile time of year support you in staying in touch with your own blossoming, with your own growth, with those parts of yourself that long to be seen? And maybe as a reminder, the next time you're out in nature, noticing one of the many gifts of spring, you might pause and consider the gift within yourself that you are bringing forward. And with gratitude for this time, I welcome you to rest the hands at the heart as we close, chanting Om, drawing in a breath. Om.